Hello, good day. Today is Thursday, the 26th day of September 2024, and it's exactly 15:30 hours GMT West African time. And I want to I want to talk about the Israel-Palestine war. But before I do that, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on the subscription button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, watch this video, like it, share it, and comment on this video. Thank you. Okay, let's dive into the talk of today, the Israel-Palestine war. Okay, for a long time now, we know that Israel and Palestine they've been at loggerheads. They've been fighting war ever since time immemorial. Okay, before the establishment of the state of Israel in 1948, they actually fought a war in 1947. After the establishment of the state of Israel in 1948, they fought another war in 1967, which is the Arab conflict, the Arab War, where Israel fought about 6 Arab states. After that, they fought. They had the first and second intifadas. That is in 1987 and year 2000, respectively. Then from 2006 up until now, Hamas and Israel they fought 5 different wars. The latest one is the one they are currently fighting now. Those are the wars I can remember they've engaged in. They've fought over the years. Yeah, I think they might have other ones, but those are the ones I can actually remember now. So as I was saying, the latest one started last year, which I want to talk about. That was in October 7. So how did it start? In October 7 last year, Hamas, a Palestine militant group, launched a coordinated attack in Israel, across Israel. They killed a lot of Israelites. It was a coordinated attack. They killed a lot of Israelites. Over 1,100 Israelites were killed. So, in a reprisal attack, Israel launched an airstrike in Gaza Strip, and also they invaded Gaza through ground invasion. They launched an airstrike and they also invaded Gaza Strip. They killed a lot of people in a reprisal attack. So, because of that reprisal attack by Israel, Hamas also carried on another attack against Israel. So there was back and forth from that last year up until now. They've engaged in different back and forth between the Israeli forces and Palestine forces. That's Hamas. They've been doing this back and forth up until now. So from that last year up until now, Israeli forces, they have targeted different residential locations in Gaza Strip where there are civilians. But the Israeli forces claim that Hamas commanders, Hamas officials are in these locations where they are targeting. But whereas people in that location are actually children, women, that's women and children. And they have killed over 40,000 women and children since the beginning of this war. That's the Israeli forces. They have bombarded and killed a lot of women and children in this targeted Gaza area. So they have destroyed a lot of houses. More than 60,000 housing units have been destroyed. Infrastructures have been destroyed. That's 60,000 housing units. Hospitals, schools have been destroyed. But people have been complaining that where they are targeting are civilian residents. But they are claiming that there are Hamas officials around these areas. Then up until 2 weeks ago, there was a remote detonation of pagers and walkie-talkies used by Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a Lebanese militant group from Lebanon. Their commanders actually said those attacks, those remote detonation of those pagers and walkie-talkies were actually carried out by, were coordinated by Israeli forces. But Israeli forces have not come out to take responsibility of that. So what Israel is actually fighting now are 2 enemies. That's from Lebanon, that's Hezbollah, and from Palestine, Hamas. So a lot of back and forth have been going on. They've been going on. People have been calling for ceasefire. The international community have been calling for ceasefire. That's UN. But there hasn't been any meaningful form of ceasefire that have really come true in this war. Okay, the allies of Israel, that's the United States and UK, they've been saying they've been trying to coordinate a peace talk. But in one mouth. But in the other hand, they've been supplying Israel ammunition and rockets to bombard Hamas and Hezbollah. So you can see that this war is somehow, I don't really want to talk more deep into this, but I just want to give a brief analysis of what is actually going on. So that is why this particular war now has not come to an end, because I feel that the parties involved and the allies of Israel are not being truthful to themselves. Because if they want this war to actually come to an end through a ceasefire, it would have happened. You are saying you are talking about ceasefire in one hand, and in another hand you are supplying Israel with arms and ammunition, with rockets to launch and still killing people in Gaza Strip and in southern Lebanon. Although I do not support militant groups, okay, bombing innocent Israelites, because that was why Israel had a reprisal attack to start bombarding Gaza Strip, going after Hamas officials and Hezbollah officials as well. But if they want this war to actually come to an end through ceasefire, it will actually happen. But I think the parties involved and the allies of Israel, that's UK and US, are not being truthful to themselves, because in one hand they are talking about ceasefire, then in another hand they are also supplying Israel with arms and ammunition. So there's more to this war, but experts and people have been saying that this war can actually escalate into full-blown third world war. But I don't see it happening anyways. I just feel they're actually playing politics and a lot of diplomacy going on behind the scenes. You understand? That's what I see that's going on. Because if they want this war to actually come to an end, it would have come to an end ever since. But they are playing politics and playing diplomacy about this war. I don't support militant in any form. But then again, a lot of casualties are actually coming up. There are a lot of casualties in this war, in form of women and children being killed. So that's the real issue about this particular war. I feel that the UN is just like a toothless bulldog. They've not really lived up to the expectations. Because if they want to bring this war to an end, they should have done that ever since. But I feel there are some powers behind the scenes that don't want this war to actually come to an end, that are benefiting from this war, or any other way you look at it. At the end of all this, the casualties of this war are women and children, innocent women and children being killed on a daily basis in Gaza Strip. This war should actually come to an end. And it can come to an end if they want. Thank you for watching.